up to, and some of the things the police have been up to lately. Now, I was invited here to do a talk, and I was going to speak about legal affairs, the route that we were going down to save people's property. But that's gone by the by because a lot of the documents I'm going to refer to, the crooks, the burglars have got it. So I'm going to explain exactly what happened on the 2nd of July. But there's certain members all over the country that have besmirched my name. And if they're willing, I will sit up here on a chair and they can sit on the other side and tell me I'm a liar. So is there anyone in here who's willing to do that? Okay, that's fair enough. I'll tell you there's two questions people want to know the answer. Oh, all of a sudden he's changed his mind. He now agrees it's an endowment. Let me refresh everyone's mind. I maintained from the very beginning to get an endowment. It wasn't until 1992 that we were notified that the banks changed. Remember, the banks changed it. And I would not sign their documents. I insisted that they turned it back. It remained all the way through our court case as, I'm telling you, it's an endowment. It wasn't until they looked at the 1989 Miscellaneous Act that brought them into tow, because they knew if they'd altered that, that would have taken them, because we were 1988, that would have taken them 89. So they couldn't go down that route, because they would have lost. So they said, it's an endowment, but it's still a repayment. It's an insurance company should pay it at the end, called Phoenix. It got cashed in, or it was lost. Bradford and Bailey produced, people in here don't know this, they produced an email, all the information locked down, except the figure of £173 that they found in an account, and claimed that we cashed it in for this amount. 5 years of pay, and you've got £173. Right, they might not be the slaves of a computer, but they've got fingers. They know how to count. Not only that, they're so stupid. That document that they referred to was in my wife's account, they claim. The account number was not the same account. Although the judge says there are similar numbers. You know, they might have had a 1 or maybe a 5, you know. The barrister nearly fell off her stool when I said it's a different account number. They panicked. I was standing here, they were sitting over there, and they just went crazy. She went bright red, and there's a few people in here seen it, and so that's the 2 points. I've always remained, it's an endowment, never argued anything else. The account was not cashed in with us, and the judge agrees that it wasn't the same account. But I did contact Phoenix. They sent me an email, and they found 173 on a different date, not just a different number. And when I produced that in the court, the guy's name was there, the company's name was there, it was all clear, it's transparent. Theirs was all blacked out. That's concealment, it's a criminal offence. The judge didn't say anything. So that was the 2 questions people have asked. You've changed your mind, and it's been cashed in. And the judge never said that. So now we're up to the 2nd of July. 4th of July is my son's birthday today. I think this is so important, and the information I need to give you is that important that it needs to get out there. There's things I should be doing, looking for a home. Not my daughter's spare room. Didn't need that. But I will do that, and we'll find a property for a very short time. And an inspector phoned me up and said, answered what he wanted to know about our chickens in the back garden and such like. I said, "There are two questions to ask you. They're not in the police. You do realise that my wife, mother, has just died, and she hasn't been buried. She's with the coroner." And he says, "Oh yes, I'm very sorry about that. And you do realise that under your rules, you have a duty to care for someone that's a vulnerable person." And he never answered. "You shouldn't have come to my property." And he never answered. Then I said, "Well, I'll do a deal with you. I want your inspectors that was here at Fern Chase, I want you to all come together. And I want you to formulate a plan and get your officers, because we're going to go back and take my home of some burglars that's occupied it. All I want you need to do, I need you to tell me, I've got the phone call, he's got the phone call, it's all recorded. And I asked them, what paperwork do I need to do this? In fact, I tell you what, I'll use the same paperwork as their bailiffs used. Is that all right?" And he said, "Oh, I don't really know. I've got to speak to a senior officer." Right, so if I played the same game as they did, I also asked them, are we not all equal under the law? So never mind being a corporation versus a man and his family, just equal. I should be able to use the same documents and not pay a fee to get them, no information on them, no amount, and take my home back. Number one, they never paid a fee. It shouldn't be issued. Number two, there's a thing called a notice of issue. That should be sent out to the claimant and the defendant. That wasn't done. Two, which should have been abuse of process. Shouldn't go any further. The court stamp. It should be sealed. Not go into proper seals, just name of the court where it was sealed at, and the date it was sealed. That is a seal. It doesn't have to be embossed. That's what should be there. I didn't have a seal. In fact, when I was going down to London, the people's home that we were going to save didn't have a seal, not even a pretend one, and didn't even have a statement of truth. It wasn't even signed. And they're coming to take this young people's home. So that was my choice on Thursday morning. My dog was dying. I get a bit emotional here. And this couple, so we tried to get the dog through the day. And we went, excuse me, Mum.
Take time, Tom, take time.
Sorry about that. Because the dog's dead. So, made the choice, went up to the property, save their property. 2 hours down the road, got a phone call. It was a dog that started me off, sorry. I think this is the first time I tried for a long time.
5 minutes, Tom.
You got a break, Tom?
5 minutes.
Where's your beard, Tom? Do you want one? Have a break, Tom?
No, I'm fine. So basically, 2 hours down the road, had to turn around, been in traffic all the way, it was 3/4 of an hour from London, and Sue screamed down the phone, they're smashing down the door. So I turned round, and if there's any agents in here, or police officers, I was doing as fast as I could to save my family. Every speed, average speed was, I don't know, 200 miles. Through Nottingham itself, but I did it safely. I never jeopardised anybody's life. It's only when it's clear did I floor it. And when I arrived, there was a lot of really good people, like yourselves, brilliant, standing in front of a bunch of scum. There was no police officers there that day. None. There was not one. There was a bunch of criminals, and they had a line. They wouldn't let anybody pass. I drove my car up, and some idiots said he was going to run them down. Well, I'm not that stupid, because I knew that, well, never hurt another person. Man, sorry about that. So I stopped at the line. No, you can't come through. I said, oh, it's Tom Crawford. Oh, right, okay. So I walked through, I left my car, I went back up, back down, and from that line, the majority of people didn't know that there was another line of policemen. And you went along, and there was another line of policemen right across the road. Then you went to the next, further down, and another line of police officers. Then you went down the Chase. Chase is about from here to there. Another line of police officers. And then behind that, the final line. So, myself and my wife are really, really dangerous. You know, that is ridiculous. But there was about 30 or 40 bailiffs there. I beg your pardon, burglars. There was no bailiffs there. Not one. Police officers, there was no bailiffs. And my wife was in the next door neighbour's garden. They'd physically removed her. There was, I'm going to name the police officers. Well, no, it's going to go up. Every one of them is going to be posted with their mugshots, because that's what you do with criminals. Yeah. Put it out there, and you let the general population know what they are. Oh, by the way, after the 23rd of July, 2014, I never spoke. And I was asking other people to speak. So I'm not an orator, so forgive me there. But I'm learning. And these smug men, well, no. These burglars, every one of them, and some women, and there were women, were all, and they were smiling. And I said to them, what are you smiling about? Are you happy? I've got to say this. There was a group of Asian lads. Now, I'm a religious man. I'm Christian. But I also know their beliefs. And I told them, do you know what usury is? Usury is. And they didn't answer. But they weren't. We stopped smiling then. And then I told them a bit of their religion. And the end part was, I said, do you know, let's say you die and you go up to see what you call Prophet Muhammad. Are you going to look him in the face and say, today was a good day? And all their heads went. And one of them took money out of his pocket and tried to give it to my daughter. He wouldn't take his wages for that. And I tell you what, they were good men, but at that point you should have left. There was also all walks of life there. There was some really obnoxious, horrible people. One was right, he was that size, and he's smiling, grin across his face. And I generally don't swear, and I don't get angry. I didn't swear at him, but I went very close to his face. I told him what I thought of him. And he said, come on here. And the police officer went in between with my hand. And then pretending steep driveway. And he went out and I said, yeah, run along, you coward. Too much aggression there. Is it the steroids? He said, the steroids are good for you, but it makes your willy small. And even the police officers were laughing. And one of them said, do you realise you've just given them his name from now on for being a bailiff? Little Willie will be coming. So even during that, I joked with people. I was extremely serious. I told every policeman what I thought of them regarding the so-called oath of office. I honestly don't know if they take them now. They don't honour them. There's no honour in those. So they were burglars. I went up to the inspector and I placed my hand on his shoulder and I said to him, I'm placing you under common law arrest. You're not obliged to say anything, but if you do, it may be used in evidence against you. So, speedily make your way to the nearest police station and hand yourself in. And then I read Section 26 of the 2015 Act. I think the majority of people know that they're acting outside their office should they assist in aiding and abetting a criminal affair. And so I told them all, and I made sure every policeman I looked in the face, and most of them looked away, but it was a group that's got mental problems that was smiling. In fact, they had a film crew there. They also notified BBC, ITV, and the papers before they came to the press. It was premeditated. There was 21 riot vans. There was 3 helicopters went round, 30 to 40 bailiffs, removal firms. I could have bought a good house with that money, but they will not get a penny out of me, and I will take that place back. So I'm sorry, I look at you all the time, sorry, because you're a focus, I don't know why. You, yeah. No, this is gently, I don't know why. I'm going to take it back. And they're not going to, that's why they arrested me, by the way. They tried to, I tried to save a chap who was also arrested because a burglar goon dressed in, by the way, they're a gang, they've got the colour, it's called blue. He was standing there with a big beard, and this chap was goading him, going, and he says, that's monkey. You're a racist, he just made a racist.
That was Andy Pears, that. He was arrested for that.
That's right. Andy, good man. And I stepped in between them and said, he's got Asian and black friends. He's not a racist. Not one of you policemen are black. Not one of you lot are Asian. You're the racist, and you're inciting by using a racist card on an innocent man. Now, he's been banned from the whole of Nottinghamshire for what he's done, and he did nothing. So then they decided that, we've got to get rid of this man. You know, he's not going along with the game. So they were writing out a document. I don't know what it's called.
Dispersal.
It's what?
Dispersal.
It could be. And they were trying to give it to me. And I said, I'm going home to my wife, because she'd left by this time. I will not take that document. There's no law in this world to make me take that document. And I walked away, and I don't know if you've seen the videos, and I walked round the van, and when he came round the other side, this inspector, who doesn't like me because he quoted the law, and I corrected him, and I told his officers when he started twitching his face, and then he realised I was telling him the proper section, and he walked off. I said, that's a standard of education of your senior officers. You're following that type of person. So off he went. So he had to get some revenge anyway. So when they came round to me, I kept on walking away, and I was was making a phone call then, and they grabbed my arm, and that inspector, it may not be him, because I can see the arm, but he hated it, and he put it as far up my back as they could. This was punishment. And then the other hand brought down into those cuffs, and they tightened it. It was so tight that when they got me in the wagon, it took them 5 minutes because I don't know how they notches it up or whatever. It was so tight that they were struggling to undo it. I've got bruises all around here, swollen around, I've got photographs of it. When I tried to help people up the top, because they were almost, they were trying to take my goods out, and people, supporters, wouldn't stop the van. I could see what they were doing, they were trying to incite trouble. So I came up, and I said, right, calm down, just let it go. And I put my arm up, another sergeant whacked me. So, the first assault was by a Sergeant Nick Clark, I think his name is. He physically removed my wife. He physically removed my daughter. And I went to him, and I told him to remember my face, because I won't forget yours. And I take this personally now, you do not put a hand on a woman, and especially my wife. So from there, he said, well, yeah, I did move them, and I did physically remove them, unbeknownst it was a camera listening to him. So now, I said, I could take you to court with criminal prosecution. I'll just go off and, so now, I'll just go off on stress leave. I said, yeah, but we'll be following you, and we'll come up to your property, and we'll come to your house, and we'll arrest you. You're not getting away with this. So, I think that's, and I can't go through all the hours. That's a picture of what happened down on the chase that day. Criminality, unbelievable. One police officer said to one of the bailiffs, "Are you made sure that the house is at the back is secured properly?" What's it got to do with them? This is to stop a breach of the peace. They aided and abetted those other criminals. So we've got one lot of criminals assisting another lot on no documentations. And the final thing, I asked them for the head bailiff to come and show me. They claim it was a writ, and we now know that a writ does not have jurisdiction. The High Court does not have jurisdiction to take property. They've got jurisdiction to take money. They can smash your door down, take all your goods, take it out. They cannot take property. We've got court cases that prove that. So I said, where's this bailiff? And he walked up, and I said, right, let's play this properly. I said, for you to be the court bailiff, you are to be appointed by the court. And on the court form, on the writ, your name has to be stated, because if you're not that name, it's a criminal offence in 2006 for that, purporting to be an officer of the court, and the court carry a court document, 6 years in jail, that is. I said, what you mean? I'm not telling you, and he ran away. He wouldn't show me that, because he knew, I knew, at that particular moment. I said to the inspector, you've just seen a crime. What are you going to do? My wife's been assaulted, my daughter's been assaulted, my house has been burgled. What are you going to do? He walked away. That is the police force we've got today. But I apologise for that. We do not have a police force today.
Absolutely.
There is no. There are more eloquent persons to speak regarding grand juries, peacekeepers. We need our own police force, and we need our own courts. We don't get any remedy in courts. We do not get policed. We get no... Can you imagine, I don't know how many police were there, 150. How many people was in need at that particular moment? How much money has been spent on those helicopters when you've got to give your good money to charity for an air ambulance? And they say they don't have any money. There's my wife, me, and my daughter. £500,000 spent. We're really dangerous. ISIS is now taking a back seat. Me and my wife were first. So
you're the domestic terrorist we've been watching.
actually, I am. I'm proud of it.
Yes.
We all are.
Anyone spreading division between the ranks, I might be wrong, I might be totally wrong, but what I'm doing is because I think I'm right, and I'm doing it for the right reasons. So don't, if you got a difference, do it quietly. Don't take it in front of other people, because that set one person against another. It's not right. It just weakens us. So all you got to do is stick together. Not many of them. There's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sam. Very emotional.
Well, I did, yeah, I never thought.